Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Curly K Glam, and I'm here today to bring you a review of Grownish. So let me just start off by saying I think this would be another brief review because I honestly don't know how I feel about episode 2 called Drunken Love. We started off seeing Aaron and Zoey at the wedding chapel in Mexico, which is a scene that we did not see in the first episode. We just saw them go to the wedding chapel. We actually did not see them exchange vows and kiss and everything, but we did see that. So then following that, they show the clip of Zoey and Aaron getting arrested. Now, from what we assume that Zoey and Aaron is going to jail. Well, at least me. I assume Zoey and Aaron was going to jail because they got caught on the beach together intimately. So I'm like, okay, so y'all going to jail for a public display of affection or public nudity or being lewd and having lewd acts, I guess. So we get to they get to the precinct and they're just sitting there. So Aaron is doing all his talking like he normally does. He's trying to finesse the officer. So then he ends up getting a solicitation of an officer charge. Him and Zoey get into a huge argument. And they start saying some really mean things to each other. Stuff that I just really feel like they don't mean. So I'm just like, you thought getting married was dumb, but you went with it. Like, I just don't understand the logic. You in another country and y'all get married. Something that two people clearly have to agree to. So then Aaron is telling Zoey that he thinks the marriage is dumb and he would have never, went for it, and that when they're together, they're just cursed. They make bad decisions. He's just going off. And Zoey is just sitting there. I mean, she's saying some things. She's giving comebacks, but really all in all, her feelings is hurt. So, while he was sitting there, she ends up going to the front desk and telling the officer that, she's the one who stole the pinata, because that's why they're in jail first place, because Zoey stole the pinata, which I thought they got away with, but obviously not. So, all in all, Zoey ends up telling Aaron that, she agreed to confessing to the crime, so she has to stay the night in jail. So Aaron is like, Zoey, why did you do that? And so now he's trying to fight for Zoey. He don't want to leave her. So bruh ends up sleeping on the outside bench the whole night, waiting for Zoey to get out of jail the next day. So that's just Zoey and Aaron's portion. They were in jail majority of the episode. And I guess while they were there, they were in a tough predicament. It caused them to really look at their situation and look at their relationship for what it is. Which, honestly, I was not for Zoey and Aaron being together. But they really do have this thing for each other. So I really think it's best that they do figure it out. Yes, do they make dumb decisions? Yes, because obviously, like in college, people always make dumb decisions. I'm sure I made dumb decisions in college, but I ain't made nothing dumb like that. But I'm just saying, I did make dumb decisions, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they were just, weighing options. They always wanted to be together. But I just think that they're so focused on trying to be together, and they're trying to make the relationship that they're not having fun with each other. And that's all about, that's what a relationship is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about having fun and enjoying the other person. Obviously, things will come up, but you just gotta have fun and trust the process along the way. So I'm gonna go to Javi and Anna's portion now. Obviously, this is post Anna breaking Javi's tablet after she hacked it. Now she's having trust issues. She doesn't trust Javi. So she's in there having bonding time with Vivek, Jazz, and Naomi. And they're sitting there talking about the whole situation. Javi pops in. He asks Anna, could he talk to her? She's like, no. So him and Vivek go out on the deck. at the hotel, and they just have, you know, a few words exchanged, and Vivek just tells him that, you know, you have somebody special, and when you have somebody special, you shouldn't lie to them. He lied to Heidi, and he really loves her, and now he, you know, he has a broken heart because he chose himself over Heidi. And Javi is just like saying that he wants to communicate with Anna, he wants to be honest with Anna, but you know, a lot of the times when people ask you to be open and honest, they're not thinking about how they will react to the news or how they can handle it. Not saying that everybody doesn't deserve the reaction they want to. Everybody doesn't deserve to give the reaction they give. But at the same time, if you always want somebody to be honest with you, sometimes hearing the truth is hard. And sometimes you have to be able to embrace the truth. She wanted the truth from him, but like he couldn't give her the truth because she was lashing out. She was throwing his things and, you know, just having a breakdown. So he wasn't able to be honest with her. And so finally, when they do get together, she was just like, why is it so hard for you to communicate with me? And he was just like, because of the way you react, which, you know, is fair. I think it's very fair. But, you know, at the same time, if you do something, you have to be prepared for the person's reaction. I know they may say they want you to be honest with them, but if you do something, you have to be prepared for the consequences. And that kind of situation, when her health was put in jeopardy, you can't get mad at that. I don't blame Anna for being upset with Javi, but she did not have to lash out and throw his iPad, which, you know, I felt like at the time was justified because, like, this could have been something, you know, else. This could have been something that she couldn't have got rid of if she would have got it. But we found out that she doesn't have it. Going to Doug and Luca. Doug and Luca are still at this quinceañera. Not really sure why they were there. I thought the girls were young, but then Luca comes back and says the girls were of age. They were just having a family function, or they were invited to a family function. Now, I thought that was weird because I'm just like, y'all don't know them. So y'all at their people house, you don't really know them, and y'all in a foreign country. I just don't think that was the best decision, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, stranger things have happened when American tourists have gone to other countries, you know, and they were somewhere where they weren't necessarily supposed to be. But this wasn't one of those type of situations. Luca just saw that Doug had a lot on his mind in terms of Jazz, and he wanted to help him get his mind off of her. Hopefully Doug and Jazz can figure out what it is that is between them, because I think they both still have feelings for each other, but obviously they need to figure some things out along the way. So maybe by the end of this season they would have figured something out. Luca was just being a wingman, and we get to see Luca be a good friend. We don't really get to see Luca be a friend to anybody on the show because of the way they developed his character and with him being weird, but it was nice to see Luca somewhat normal. At the end of the show, they're all waiting at a table for Zoey and Aaron, and they got back, and then they asked them where they were, and they just said, oh, we had a random night in Mexico. I wonder when they're going to find out that Aaron and Zoey got married, and then the next day they got divorced. But I guess, you know, in Mexico, they said that your marriage isn't real if you don't take a blood test or if you don't actually apply to get married, which I didn't know. Well, people go to Vegas all the time to get married. I thought they just went to Vegas and got married. I didn't know they had to apply to get married either, but I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I know here in my state in North Carolina, where you reside and in the county you reside in, I guess in the county you apply in, that's the county you got to get married in. So I don't know how it works in other states, and I definitely don't know how it works in other countries, but, you know, at the end of the thing, at the end of the episode, Jazz ends up telling Zoey, you know, we thought about what you said, and we're going to do the rest of Mexico together. So they're going to actually enjoy themselves as friends and not be childish, which is a good thing, because I just don't think nothing that serious has happened in that friend group for them to have acted like that night. Like, that was just crazy, honestly. I know, like, when you have a group of friends, people gonna like each other, people gonna do random things, you know. It just happens. It's the nature of being in a group with people of the opposite sex. It just happens. But at the same time, it's just like, really? Y'all really had that whole reading session like that, and then y'all gonna turn around and apologize and then go back on what you said? You should have just went along with the plan in the first place. You should just went along with the plan in the first place. But so yeah, so Vivek ends up saying the COVIDical is, you know, made its way into America. The panorama has started. So we're gonna see how all this plays out on Grownish. I was hoping myself that they would have avoided the panorama storyline, but I guess it's just something too major that has happened in the start of a new decade that it will be totally unforgettable. This will definitely be a time in all of our lives that we look back and say, hey, we got over that, or hey, we know somebody who was affected by that, and they're going to put in a show. Blackish put it in their show, so I guess, you know, Grownish will put it in their show as well. I did see that the riots and everything will make the storyline this season as well, so I'm interested to see socially and politically where Grownish is going to go on this show. But y'all, that is my review of the episode. Grownish episode 2 of season 4, Drunken Love. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned because I will be back next week with a review of episode 3. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at CurlyKidGlam, and I'll be back with more videos. Deuces.